for a massage when you're ready, sweetheart. We'll do
Just
some nice
me?
calf stretch. Yeah, but I'll just separately. Good morning, everyone. So keep shoulders down. So we're just gonna first kind of week back for lots of people. So we'll just do some nice mobilising. Sorry if I sound a little bit nasally. There we go. 5, 4. It's quite cold in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
3, 2, and 1. And then take your legs out really nice and wide. And then chin to chest. Take the hips backwards very slowly, just gently, gently. So feel alright still coming into all down, or is it still a bit of a problem? Not too bad, good. So just when you take the legs wide, it takes the pressure off of the back. Just let the head just hang. Take a nice breath in through the nose. Easier said than done with a cold and a out breath. And again. Last one. And just gently, so you might not, if you've got lower back pain, you might not be able to take the hands all the way to one foot, but try just gently, gently. Just notice how that leg feels, the leg where obviously the hands are at the foot, how tight it feels. Have a gentle little rock forwards and backwards, into the toes, into the heel. But keep the foot on the floor, and again, just taking some deep breaths in and out. And then again, gently, gently, just a little bit at a time, take it back towards the middle, and then towards the other side. Again, just noticing if one side of the body, particularly the legs, feel tighter on one side. Again, take a beautiful breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In and out. And again, a little rock forward, just a gentle little sway forwards and backwards. Transferring weight to the toes, then to the heel. And then gently, gently back to the middle. And we're just going to soften the knees as we bring the feet back underneath the hips. And take a breath in at the bottom, bend the knees. And then softly up. Good. Okay, let's take it straight into balance. So we're just going to bring the foot into the inner thigh. We're going to push the big toe, the little toe and the heels. Whoops. Got a bit of cold, so my balance might be slightly off. Just hold. Find your focus. So try not to take that gaze away. Take a breath in as we go up. Out breath. In breath. Out breath. 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. Beautiful. Let's stretch that calf out. So the leg that you stood on, keep it to the back, take the other one to the front. Bring the hips backwards, the chin to chest and the weight forwards, and gently, gently start coming down. Again, don't force the stretch. As soon as you feel the hamstrings, even a little bit into the bum, just let your arms become really quite heavy. And again, deep inhalation through the nose, out through the mouth. In and out. 2 more big big breaths. Last one. Then that front knee, and again, burn by burn, bring yourself up to that standing position. Keep with the feet in front. Take that hand up, whoop, she says, as she nearly fell, and then push out. Just have a really kind of try and pull on that wrist so you're feeling the stretch through the lat muscles as well. Take a breath in and out. In and out. Last one. And gently back, and let's do that stretch one more time. So quite a few people are tired. I think people have been sitting more than usual. Not as Amanda, but most people. Chin to chest, hips back, weight forwards. And again, hopefully it'll ease a little bit. So with the kind of hamstring stretch, you want to feel the stretch about 4 to 5 on a discomfort. So don't force it into a painful stretch. And again, breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In and out. Last one, breath in. Bend that front knee a bit more to bring yourself up. So yeah, if you're prone to kind of piriformis or sciatica, you never want to overstretch the hamstrings. Beautiful. Let's go to that other side. Okay, so again, chin to chest, hips back, weight forwards, gently down. You can soften the front knee a little bit to take the stretch into the back leg. And again, just notice if one feels a lot tighter. And again, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Try and kind of think about breathing into the rib cage as well. Two more. Last one, breath in. Softening the front knee and gently up to that centre position. Gently back up. I've just realised I've not done tree pose on that leg, have I? No. So the leg that's at the back, let's do a tree pose first and then try one more. IT bend and just hold. Oh, we're all relaxed through that. Hold. And again, just find that centre. So gently draw the navel in. Let's take a breath in. Out breath. 5 more. Last one. Well done. Now into the IT bend. So take it one chin to chest, hips back. Last one, just gently floating down. Taking a weight forwards. Think about the bones, the sit bones in your bum reaching up towards the ceiling. Again, take a deep breath in. And out. In. And out. 2 more. Last one. Soften the front knee and just gently up. We'll just do 12, we'll make it more a mobility flexibility class today, but we'll just do 12 lunges just before we stretch out through the calf and the quads. So Shoulders down, back leg nice and long. Let's take it into 12. Weight slightly forward, so you're working into that front butt cheek as well as the quads on the back leg. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the weight into the front knee, back heel, drive it down. Mine are tired, I started running again, so I'm like, yeah. And then just soften that knee a bit and lift the heel a little bit. And it can take it a little bit further down into that soleus muscle below the gastrocnemius, that big belly. And then drive the heel back down again into the gastrocnemius muscle. And then come into just a straight leg and then sit back in the hips, or push your hips back and just reach forward and feel a little bit of a stretch through the hamstrings. And then chin to chest, and then just come down to about the shin, that's all. Hold. You can take your hands down, take them down just because it's easy to soften the knee, and then gently back up to centre position. Good, let's switch that. So again, nice long back leg. Let's take it down for 12. 11. 9. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Weight into the front, bring the back heel in a little bit, drive the heel down to the floor. Yeah, normally my heel goes down easy, but yeah, mine are tight.
Just doesn't go down.
Yeah. You've been on the treadmill a bit?
I walked backwards on it to try and ease it off.
Yeah.
I've been to the cross trainer.
Yeah. Just making sure you're dropping your heel when you're finished, you know. And then again, just soften the knee a bit and raise the heel a little bit. And then drive the heel back down. Yeah, I massaged someone yesterday and she was saying getting a lot lower back pain and the hamstrings were like rock.
Yeah.
And then straighten that front leg and again just sit back and then reach. Did you hear that then? Okay, let it come. And then just hold. And then chin to chest, gently down. So you can come down to the floor if it doesn't feel too much, but otherwise just put the hands on the shin. Let the head just hang. Take a breath in. Then soften that front knee and gently back up. And we'll just do, let's just do, sorry I've got my back to it, just easier, and just do 4 pelvic circles in one direction, just to ease. If the hamstrings are tight, sometimes that back can just feel like it needs a good stretch. And we'll take it into a little bit more kind of mobility work now. So let's bring ourselves to the edge of the mat. We're going to walk it, so chin to chest, a little bit wider than hip distance with the feet. Take the hips back, the weight forward, softness through the knees to take it into the hamstrings, not the back. Gently down, and just when you're here, just have a little sway side to side. Let everything feel really heavy around your head. And we'll just take it into a little bit of strength. So just walk it into the plank. Obviously, if you can't do plank, then you can come down on your knees and just draw your navel in. But otherwise, if you think about pushing the mat away, so spreading the fingers, pushing the mat away, lifting through the breastbone, so pushing your breastbone almost like as though to your back. And then just almost think about spreading your scapula, so round your shoulders a little bit, so you're not squeezing through the scap. Hold heels towards the floor. So obviously it's more of a gentle Pilates, so we're only going to do another 10 seconds. And for 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to take the hips up really nice and high, but we're going to bring our hands back a little bit, just to give us that little bit more stretch through the legs. And we're just going to gently really raise the hips, and then take the right heel towards the floor. Let's see if we can get a bit of stretch, more stretch through those tight legs. Hold, how does that right calf feel? It's like mine, it'll feel tight. And then the other side. And again. Just try and let your breath relax you. And then again, switch again. Deep breaths in. And again. Switch sides. Beautiful. And then just walk it back into that last just 15 seconds and another stretch. So again, draw the tummy in, push the mat away, feel strong, heels towards the floor, just round the shoulders a little bit. Gaze down. Sometimes when people are into plank, they squeeze the scapula together. And just hold. For 5. Good. And then just take the knees down, big toes together, and then just walk it into that lovely, lovely child's pose and just rest into it. You can just think about that lateral thoracic breath. So if you think of your thoracic spine, kind of the area that's, you know, the upper and mid back. And you just want to breathe in and kind of try and think about the ribs coming up and out. And inhale. Out breath. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. And then walk both hands round to one side. Try and take the top hand, reach it long over the bottom. If you really reach it, you'll realise how tight we can feel, kind of in those lat muscles, the muscles that run down the side of the body. Take a breath in. And out. In. And out. 2 more. Last one. Roll down to the other side. Again, reach long. And again, just notice if there's a little bit of inconsistency. Does one side feel a lot tighter? Beautiful. Okay, let's carry on working into that into working through the glutes and to strengthen the back. So come on to 4-point kneeling. Again, just let the breastbone drop, and you'll notice that when that happens, the shoulders all come up. It's horrible. So now push the mat away, and then think about your belly. Imagine that Sunday dinner or that Christmas dinner you've had again. Let the belly drop, and then the lower back drops as well. Now draw that navel back in. Yeah, so you've got something hot on your t-shirt and you are taking the spine, the navel to the spine. Take the right leg back. Don't let the breastbone drop again, so keep lifted, even if it means rounding a little bit. and then just lift the right leg and lower. So we're just lifting and try and keep hip bones down towards the floor. I'm just going to get up and check, guys. For those on the screen, I'm just going to check a moment. Yeah, good. So we're trying to squeeze, that's it. So working into hip extension. We'll work the glutes a little bit. We'll do quite a bit of glute work and then a really good glute stretch, guys, as well. And then hold it up. Keep that core engaged. Bring the heel into the bottom and lengthen it. Heel into bottom and lengthen. And again. So just be mindful that in this position sometimes the belly can drop again, so just keep reminding yourself to gently engage. And for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Take that leg back, just bring the other leg so you're in a plank position. Come back up into a downward dog, a long one. The leg that you've been lifting and lowering, take it up into like a 3-legged dog and then bring it in. Is this alright, this position?
Find out,
and then in, good, yeah. And then into that,
yeah.
good, lovely. So you can either come down or just keep up, guys, whatever feels comfortable. Just take some deep breaths in. And we'll see how tight the quads are. So come, keep the legs where they are, but just come up onto your hands again. And then just see if you can reach back and pull that heel. Don't worry if not. Don't worry, just leave it like that. Even just kind of looking up a bit or stretch that front quad out. This can be tough for some people. You can always just so your quads don't get too tight. So anyone who's, if this is too much, you can always like roll on them. You know, use a roller, so at least you're getting a little bit of comfort. And then just gently come back. Just have a little soft shell stretch before we do the other side. Oh, I could stay like that all day today. Did you forget how nice it feels sometimes? And then gently back again. We're all just saying, guys, how tired everyone is at the minute. And then just draw the tummy in and then lift and lower that other side. So again, lift. So it's always better to think about length of the leg than height. Yeah, because if you're doing this, you're going to be moving through the pelvis. So it's just thinking about pointing that foot, lengthening, drawing the navel in. Hold it up, bring it into hamstring curl, lengthen, heel to butt. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again into that plank position, push the mat away, lift up into that long downward dog, heels down a little bit just to stretch again through the calf. Back up with the heels, bring that leg up if you can, bring it in, tuck it under and just rest into pigeon. Tight. Yeah, this lady yesterday, bless her, who's been getting a lot of suffering on and off for years since she had a third child with sciatica. But when we did like piriformis stretch, which we'll do when we've done some side leg, she said, oh my God, I've never done this yet. And she went, absolutely. And I said, a lot of sciatic issues come from when your glutes are super tight.
it's an improvement on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then pulling. Oh, I reckon 30-40% of the population at least suffer with back at some point.
I saw the osteopath and she just said it's just the last 10%. She said you're out of the woods. She said you'll find the last 10% the hardest.
Yeah.
And I panic now because I was trying to
I know.
overdone.
But I think like sometimes when you just feel like, even if you do that slight little bit of movement, isn't it? And then come gently onto your back. We're watching the quad one on that. So let's just do some more glutes. So side glutes. So let's do our original one actually. So if you keep that waist, this t-shirt's a bit baggy, but that waist lifted, so you need to try and find a gap underneath the waist. Lengthen the top leg. If you feel a bit rocky, nothing wrong with putting the hand there. So we're just going to lengthen that top leg and just push the bottom knee a little bit to stabilise into the mat. And just lift. So again, we're thinking about direct opposition. So we're not thinking about the height of the leg, we are thinking about the length of it. Oh, I hate to wish my life away, but I can't wait for spring. Or just a clear blue sky.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Never so much rain, hasn't there? Oh.
I go to Hetchel Woods with the dogs and the mud, it's like a mud bath.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And you're sinking into it.
And it's so easy to slip when it's like that, isn't it? You constantly, and I think sometimes that sends your body into a little bit of spasm because you're looking at where your feet are going all the time, aren't you? I know.
Oh, it's every day, and they come back, and I just look at them and go, oh, God. I've got to do it after here, and I'm like dreading it.
Oh,
absolutely dreading it.
Oh. I'm 5, 4, 3, 2. Well done, and then just soften the bottom knee, lengthen that top leg again, and we're not doing loads today, we're just going to do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back, 5, 4, 3, 2. So in pigeon, do you know when that one were hard for you to get? Can you do in this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an easy one to get to, isn't it? So I'm going to be a little bit selfish because as a trainer you can do that. So because my legs and glutes are tight though now, I've given myself this 100k challenge over January. I'm 22k in, I think. Although I used to be too tired, but and Amanda as well, we've got a few glutey, hamstringy, calf things, so we're just going to really do some lovely stretching. So if you want to take your ball and place it underneath your head, you can. If you don't, you prefer the mat on the floor, that's fine. But the leg would be lifting and lowering. We're just going to place the knee, foot on the knee. Yeah, so this is the leg we've been using. So sometimes, I'm quite tight today. Sometimes that feels just kind of quite like a nice stretch. So remember, stretches shouldn't be painful. But if you want, you can lift the underneath foot to increase it and use the hand to push the knee away. Sometimes it's nice just to have a little bit of a rock, just to kind of almost floss that area. And then just hold. And then we'll do piriformis, so the leg that's on the floor, the foot that's on the floor now, just lengthen that leg. Take the other leg into tabletop. So there's a couple of ways. We'll do the easy way. If you just lift up and grab the opposite hand and just pull it across, you should feel well, I say nice, it's not always nice, it can be, yeah. So just, if this stretch is like a bit like, wow, then it means you need to do it, the muscle's tight. Sometimes people say, oh, I don't feel anything, and often you find people who don't work out, don't really, they stretch quite easy, do you know what I mean? They don't really fix because their muscles aren't working, which isn't a good thing. So don't always think, oh, it's a bad thing when things feel tight. And then just gently back, it just means you need to do it. And then just bring it back in again. So you can do this, 4 or 5 times, and hopefully the more you do it, it relaxes a little bit. And then just relax it again, back out, And then pull in. And from piriformis, you can take the hand a little bit further up the outside of the leg and bring it all the way over if you want. Remember again, we want a stretch through the SI area, but we don't want it to feel super painful. So again, there's nothing wrong with doing like a little bit of a kind of rocking action, so it just eases it a little bit before you actually go into that full stretch. Good, beautiful. And then just back to centre position, and then grab hold of your band. So we're just going to take the band, and we're just going to, again, a bit of a tendency when people do hamstrings, they bring it right up here. And we don't want to be tucking the tailbone because that will shorten the hamstrings. So it's really important that you think about pubic bone, belly button, and you want to keep the leg in neutral. So you don't want to dip it into imprint, you want to keep the spine in neutral. So just bring the leg up. So my leg's straight now, but I'm still in neutral spine. I'm not tucking the tailbone. So just hold and then just bring that foot towards you. And again, you'll realise how tight the calf may feel. And then just point it away. And then again, bring it in. And away. And again. And away. And then bring it in and then turn the foot inwards and outwards. Again, go easy because this is that sciatic nerve stretch. So it's just flossing the sciatic nerve that can get a little bit impinged. So just in and out, three-way hip stretch. And just see how much control you've got of your pelvis, guys. So just take the band in the same hand. Think about two steak knives, yeah, anchoring the hips down. So it's the first week back in the new year, so let's try and really think moving forward about that pelvic stability. So take the leg out to the side. So we're not taking it out and lifting the butt like this. We're trying to keep everything in neutral. So we're going to take the leg out. Keep the core engaged, so draw that belly in and then lower it. So you start in neutral spine and you do the whole of the single leg in neutral. This is probably the worst exercise, the most ill-executed exercise. Most people do this. Yeah, so it's all about, it's only small. You're not doing it to get a big burn on the abdominals. You're doing it to really recognise that pelvic stability. It's harder than it looks. So out to the side without moving the hip bones, 3 to 9, and taking the leg down and back up without moving the pubic bone and the belly button, 6 to 12. It's keeping completely stable. Let's go the other way. You can do it with a soft knee in like more of a tabletop if you feel that the hip flexors are cramping a little bit. If you're more like me and want to stretch through the back leg, I prefer a straight leg, but some people prefer a. You can hear my hip clicking. Only on this side. And then take the band in the opposite hand now. And then again, just softly anchor that foot in. If it feels too nervy, it will feel like a bit of a stretch all the way down the calf, but make it comfortable. So maybe just ease the foot off a bit. And then bring it across the midline, turn the head the other way. Again, into that gluteal area. And then gently back to centre. And then just softly bringing it back out to the side, into that abduction. So into more of the inner thigh area, which generally feels a bit easier. Beautiful. Soften again to bring it back in and just take the band away. So before we do the left leg or the other leg, inside leg, we're just going to do a little bit of core work. So again, it's always nice kind of first week back after a Christmas break or a summer break to just remind ourselves of all the principles. So pubic bone, belly button, hip bones nice and level. Little gap underneath the lumbar spine, the ribs are together. We're just going to take it quite nice and easy. Draw the tummy in, bring the right leg to tabletop and the left leg. I've had a few clients recently, new ones actually, at Harewood particularly, really found double leg difficult. So there's nothing wrong with taking a single leg. Yeah, it's much better to do a single leg in neutral than to do a double and start doming and moving. So try and keep your neutral spine, chin towards the chest, draw the belly in, and then just take it into single leg. Forward and then back. Forward and back. Keep core engaged. So just imagine that there's something, like, I don't know, a little grape or running water is going underneath the lower lumbar spine. And we're not kind of letting the grape roll away like that when we go out, and we're not squashing it when we come in. And let's do 8 more for 8, for 7, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just cross your ankles, bring your knees into chest, just have a little stretch of that lower back. And then take the feet down. So again, if we were in a bridge, our feet would be about here. But we're just going to walk them away a little bit. And again, think about that principle. Nice flat tummy, pubic bone, belly button, hip bones level, a little gap underneath that lower lumbar spine. It's hard to see on Zoom. Yeah, rib cage down. Take your hands underneath your head, interlink your fingers, draw the tummy in. So the common mistake in chest lift is everyone kind of does this. So keep your elbows wide, push the ribs down, draw the navel in away from that t-shirt, and then lift without moving through the pelvis. And lower about 3/4 of the way. So lift, so don't bring your head back down, and lower. Lift, keep that navel in, and lower. Good, let's do 8, 7, 6, I'm going to have to blast my heating this afternoon for a massage and his feet frozen.
They're saying it's going to get cold for the next 4 days.
Are they?
Yeah, -1, 4 in the day.
Wow. And relax, just gently down. We'll try that. So APPI, the Pilates Institute, Physio Institute in London, I always teach chest lift straight legged. So again, just try and get used to not doing things all fast. So just think about now, again, when you're laid in this position, your bum's on the mat, obviously, and you should have a little gap underneath the lower back, and then the ribs are in and down, touching the mat. And again, elbows in your peripheral, lift up. Take your hand, just make sure you've not squished like that. Yeah, hold. Lower about 2, halfway, 3/4, and then again, lift again. Lower. So lift up, keep the ribs engaged. So when you come back down, common mistake is people let the ribs come up and away. And lower. So it's nice to let the ribs in like a stretch, do like lateral thoracic breathing, but when we're in kind of like abdominal work, we want the ribs together. And 2 more. For 1, for 2. Well done. And then now just let the ribs come up and away. Take your arms back. Take a big breath in. Again. And then take your arms out to capital T, shoulder height. Bring the legs together and just have a little supine spine. And back to centre. And again. Take them over, leave the knees in one direction. Inhale, let the belly relax now. Inhale, let the belly rise up to the ceiling. Out breath. So this now is just letting that big breath come into the belly. Last one. Back to centre, the other direction. Inhale, let the belly rise. Two more. Last one. And release, well done. And then we'll just gently come over to do that other side. Yes, so again, try and just give yourself, a couple of seconds to just get that connection. Lift up through the waist, draw the tummy in, lengthen the top leg, lengthen the bottom hand away. Let's lift for 12. Lift for 11. So imagine your pelvis is in like cement and it's not rocking forward and back. If it is, just make sure that you've got a little bit of softness in the bottom knee. 6 more for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it and just soften the bottom knee a bit and really lengthen the top leg away from the bottom hand. Circle for 6, circle for 5, for 4. It's funny, I had this 13-year-old girl the other day with her mum. She was saying like she does loads of sport, like netball. She's at Asheville or somewhere, but loads and loads of sport. We were doing this and she's like, oh my God, so hard. Do you know, it's funny, isn't it? 2, 1, just hold. And then just gently draw that heel into your bottom. Take a breath in. Well done. Last but not least, guys, let's work it in. So just give yourself just a couple of supine spine just before we go into that glute again. So the leg you've just been lifting, just place it on the knee of the other leg. You can lift up, push that knee away. Hold, that's quite busy actually today.
So sorry, I didn't realise this was just a Zoom class, Jo.
Oh, it's fine. Honestly, no, I know. Usually people don't come, but I'm happy as long as I just say, well, just a chat. I love this class because I just get to really, exactly.
I know what you mean.
Exactly.
It can be a little bit too hectic sometimes.
Yeah. It's quite annoying even if I send messages out sometimes. So if anyone's watching YouTube, let's try and be a bit quiet in class, studio class.
Yeah.
You do work, you do concentrate so much more when it's quiet. I do quite a few, just Zoom only, but I'm always happy for some, if I know.
Yeah, I'm not a big chatter, you might have noticed.
No, exactly.
I just like to
I get
on with it.
And then the other way. Yeah, especially Pilates. With bar, it's not sometimes quite as bad because music's playing, if it's just studio, but it's, You might like it's not a great time though for you when I do a Monday 12 o'clock bar class.
Right.
And I do it on Zoom, like I said, do it for corporate. But if you ever wanted to come and just sing in class, there's no talking because it's just me like this. And then just bring it across the midline. But this one's always, you're always welcome.
Right, thank you. Yeah.
I just think after a workout as well, if you're doing a lot of, it's the one class where on a Friday morning you can really, that's why a lot of people, I send it on YouTube, and then just gently in. And then just take that band, guys, and again, just softly put it over that foot. And again, just get used to that one leg circuit. So you've got your bum on the mat, a little gap underneath the lumbar spine. Yeah, we're just going to flex and point the foot. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex, point. Flex, take it in and out. In and out. In and out. And then just before we do the sciatic nerve abduction one, we're just going to again just try and find that centre. So nice pelvic neutral, and then we take the leg out to the side without moving the hips. We lower the leg and then bring it back. So nice and slow. And again, out breath. Whenever I do this, I always imagine there's £1 million on it. And I always think of that lump, that little bit of neutral spine where I've got that tiny gap underneath. It always reminds me of that little game that you used to play with, where you used to take it over and it buzzed every time you touched it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then go the other way. And as soon as you lose your concentration, buzz.
Yeah.
It goes. And then hold it up, grab the band in the other hand, just gently anchor the foot in, bring it across the midline, turn the head the other way. Take a beautiful breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In and out. Last one, breath in. Gently back to centre position, and then just take that leg out to the side. Take a beautiful breath in. Last one. And then just gently back to centre position, and we're just going to bring it gently over onto that front. Let's just do a couple of hip rocks. So just take the hips right and left. Right and left. And then a cow. So a couple of times cow pose. And then gently round. Inhale. Do 2 more. Last one. And then just take the hips up nice and high, and again just gently walking the heels, a little bit more width, and then keeping the knees nice and soft, and just